Nick is enjoying his Saturday morning commute to the shop. Most places are closed on weekends, but Nick has his door open early every Saturday. This morning, they're changing the old valve cover gasket on the 51 Chev we saw get a fuel pump a few weeks back.
Something's blocking it.
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
Check this out, eh? 1951 Chevrolet Skyline Deluxe with we are replacing the valve cover gasket. Now check it out. There's only two nuts holding the whole valve cover down. And Vasily, get a little mirror, look around the bottom of the valve cover, make sure that gasket's in place before you tighten it down. I'll get you the mirror. You have one? That's it, man. We changed the grommets here. And obviously he's gonna put it in place. And that's about it. That's all we need. And of course we have the fuel pump replaced. As you can see, here it is. Back in 1951, it has a glass cover on it. But they was leaking fuel from over here. So what we did right now, we got another fuel pump, not exactly the same thing, but does the job. So we put it on so you can drive it, so we won't have any oil leaks or any fuel leaks. So I'm gonna give this back to the customer. So if he ever goes to a swap meet with Chevrolet, you can buy one new one and put it on the side and have it forever. So for now, we'll give him back his old one, so he can have the same thing when he finds one. And that's it. Push it a little bit more.
Let me know when.
Wait up. Vasily, hold on. Move your finger. Move your finger. Push it a little bit more, Vasily. Okay, tighten it. Okay.
The inline 6 has a long valve cover, and the gasket likes to slide around as it gets put into place. So the guys want to take the time and get it seated properly.
Because the head's flat though, I mean, it cannot fall inside, you know?
No, I know. I just want to make sure. You see it here? I don't see it. Look. See it? I see the glue. The silicone. You see it? Or where's the gasket? You see it? I don't see the gasket.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Is the gasket there now? I don't know. It's hard to see if the valve cover gasket is compressed within the cylinder head and the cover itself, so I cannot see the gasket with the little cap, you know. It could be compressed or not, I don't know. So what we're going to do here is when we start her up, let her run for a while and see if there's any oil coming out from the gasket. Okay? Look at that push button back in 1951, right from the factory. Check it out. Hey, is that something or what? I thought that was something new, but look, got it back in 51 on a Chevy. This car has a clock in it, 1951. Wow, beautiful. You know, these cars are gonna outlive us. That's for sure. So in the meantime, drive them while you can. No power steering, of course, in 1951 on this car. Manual transmission. Here we go. That's neutral, that's reverse, and here we go. Let's go. We're going to make a road test to see if this valve cover gasket is going to leak or not. So let me put a couple of miles on it. Wow, this is how it was in 1951 cruising. Imagine you go to the grocery store or you go to the church on a Sunday. This is like a, I believe this is a family sedan. What a beautiful car, man. Wow, this is one ride. You know? Yep, I believe this is second gear. Check it out, they really worked on this car. This is beautiful. This is not a muscle car, but you know, this is an old classic. 1951 Chevy. There's right to the knee. No seatbelt. I don't know if it's got any safety pictures at all. I doubt it. No collapsible steering. Single reservoir master cylinder. Everything that's against you will be against you. Here we go. Now back to first. One day I'll get an old 1950s Plymouth or Chrysler or Dodge one day, but for now, today I got a 51 Chevy. You know, this is second gear. Beautiful. This is awesome. It runs great. It looks great. And you know what? I wouldn't mind driving it for the weekend. This is awesome. And then I guess you turn it off towards the right hand side. This is one beautiful ride. Now if there was a car show today, I'd drive it there in no time. I guess it's the way it was in the 50s. You get into a car with no seat belts, no safety features whatsoever, but it's still a nice ride. I enjoyed it. I took it around up and down the street for a few turns. I loved it, even though it's got manual brakes, manual steering, no seat belts, manual transmission, 3-speed on the steering column. And you know what? After all that, it is one hell of a joyride. Beautiful car, 1951 Chevy. And you know what? This is the way cars should be made around the whole world, no matter which manufacturer. You see this? No carpet. That's the way every car should be made. No carpet. See this? This is a rubber floor mat right from the factory, like a New York taxi cab. I don't know why any manufacturer today, they always put carpet in a car. You got carpet in the house? Do you walk in with your shoes? No. So why do all the manufacturers, even a lot of pickups, Ford, GM, Chevrolet, Dodge, they make pickups with carpet inside? Why? It's because it's a vehicle that you walk from the street and you walk into the car. So why would you want to put a carpet in a vehicle or a truck? Don't know why, but this is what's perfect. And when it gets dirty or muddy, it's an easy wash. This is the way they should make the cars. No carpet on the floor whatsoever. And that's my opinion. Okay, let's take a look. See if everything's okay. It's all good to me.
The new valve cover gasket is doing its job, and the old Chev is keeping the oil on the inside. The car will be back in the shop again when the carb kit that Nick ordered comes in. But for now, she's ready to go. The 92 horsepower inline 6 carries the 51 Chevy away for another weekend in the sun. And Nick's brother's Hemi Challenger quarter-mile car rolls in for a new water pump.
How many hours have you spent under the hood of this Challenger?
Many hours. Every couple of years, every 2 or 3 years, maybe 4, we keep upgrading everything on this car, according to my brother and according to NHRA specs. So right now we're just gonna replace the water pump with one that has more high volume, and we're gonna go racing tomorrow. Actually, not racing, we're gonna go test the car, and we want to run it hot and see if this other water pump cools the engine down faster than this pump did. And here we go, let's take it apart. I'm gonna take off the water pump right now, and you're gonna see the difference. This does electric motor and the propeller at the same time compared to one in the car. Here, let me remove it and I'll show you guys.
Nick's brother Jimmy used to own this car. Later, Nick bought it with his brother Phil. Now the car is all Phil's, and he's been racing it and winning with it since the 90s.
We also have a factory to try to make the car as light as possible according to NHRA specifications. But in this case, the car is heavy anyways, so to save weight on a water pump from one piece to a two piece is a great gain. And we're doing it for more volume to hopefully keep the engine cooler. And it also leaves a cleaner look.
With the new electric pump in place, Phil and Nick double check the timing and get ready to load the Challenger up for a trip to the track.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
And if you think that sounded good, wait until you hear this. Phil's Challenger is ready for further testing and tuning at the track. That's the good news. The bad news is in the dyno room. If you saw the episode a couple of weeks back, you know that the dyno started acting up when Nick had visitors in to see a 426 Hemi being tested.
I'm sorry, man.
No, don't be sorry. That's all right.
Since then, Nick has been looking for a solution.
So, you know, we've had this dyno for this SF901 model for 18 years. We've done a lot of engines, and of course we did general maintenance on the machine, and we calibrated here and there once in a while. And I've been fortunate for 18 years that we've had it. And now it broke down. I have some electronic issues with this console or dyno, whatever. I'm not so sure because it's a very complicated system.
Have you taken it apart and back?
Well, look, I'll tell you. I'll give you a clue. Watch this. Just to show you.
Oh my
I
God.
removed all the wiring that comes from under there.
Right.
That goes to the stand. There's written up on 100 wires. And then besides that, look what you got back here. Tell me.
Oh my God.
This is one hell of a circuit boards here. You know what I
A
mean?
lot of chips.
So where do you go checking for the problem? Do you have an idea?
Yeah, sure.
Now this is not on the shop manual. Hey, you know, this is a shop manual has general maintenance. But when you're looking for problems like this, good luck. Where do you start? And then all the harness goes over here. Watch this. And they all connect right over here.
Jesus.
And then they wired through the whole stand, right here. See all that? Look at all the little wires. But then again, you know what? You cannot get parts. This is 18 years old. You cannot get any more parts anymore.
Exactly, and circuit boards are hard to find for.
That's right. So what is the problem? We don't know yet.
You'd be lucky if it was just a wiring
If
problem.
it is that, so what we're going to do is we're going to change all the contacts on the wiring, put it all back together, and we'll make another test. If it works, it works. If not, then Superflow tells me you got to update it to an SF902 with all new electronics. And the only thing we're going to keep is the stand and the absorber.
Wow.
So everything else will be brand new. The console, the wiring, and the all the connections. And of course, we're going to put a new computer on it also.
Right.
But it's not a cheap price. It comes at a price, of course, you know, and then we have no choice but to do it.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Can't have a shop without
You
a
know,
dyno.
this shop without the dyno ain't happening.
No, you need it, 100%.
I know, I need it.
I
Tell
would
me.
not build a motor unless I had it running on dyno.
Of course. You know, every engine I've built here has gone on the dyno. Every engine.
Yeah, sure. You
And
find
sometimes I don't, you know, I could tell the customer if you wish, I could put it on, whether you take it or not. And everyone insisted, put on the dyno, want to see what it does.
You got to.
And of course.
Got to. Find all
you
the
know.
problems before you
Would
put
you
it
pay
in
for an
the
engine and take it home without having it running?
Nope.
Or should I say test it?
Nope.
There you go.
Nope.
So folks, we're gonna let you guys know what we're gonna do. Either way, I gotta get it running. I'm gonna set up our wiring, bring it all back here, set it all back into place. We'll make some testing, and if it works, we're fine, we'll continue. And if not, we're gonna have to be sitting around for 6 to 8 weeks, waiting for an update kit from an SF901 to an SF902, and we're gonna take it from there. I don't know, too bad. Wow.